evening, and it's a great pleasure to be here with you all. It's lovely to have met some of you already. I'd particularly like to thank Jonathan Goldstein for sponsoring us this evening. I'd like you to imagine for a moment a young boy sitting in a wheelchair. He's not able to talk, he's not able to make choices, he's not able to influence his surroundings, and he can barely move. And I'd like to introduce you to Robin. That you can see there that Robin is shaping that music. He is in the driving seat. It's his movements, it's his waving of Tim, our musician's arm, which is creating the shape of that music. This is part of a 5-day project called Soundtracks in a special school which caters for children with profound and multiple learning disabilities. During the 5 days, our 2 musicians working there will work with the children so they can participate in the music, just as we've all been participating in music, but they very rarely get the chance to do so. At the end of the period, there'll be a performance, and they'll get the chance to get very excited, as we all do before a performance, and there'll be a complete sense of occasion here. They'll have a sense of achievement, and the parents will be able to feel a rare pride in what their children have achieved. During the time there, our musicians will also run training sessions, 2 training sessions, for the staff in the school, many of whom have had no experience of doing anything in music at all. Our aim is to share skills with the staff so that they can carry on some of the work that we're doing. They can communicate with the children, they can really listen to the children through music, and they can change for the better the life in the school. Jesse's Fund now has worked with all 43 children's hospices. Children's hospices is where we started. It's about 16 years since we were a tiny little organisation which bought a drum for a children's hospice. In the children's hospices, we have now provided instruments, training courses, and established posts for music therapists. Now, over the past 3 or 4 years, we're spreading our work into the schools with our Soundtracks project of creative music making. We've so far worked in about 35 schools. Most of the children, by far the greatest number of the children, cannot speak and have very limited mobility. As well as conventional instruments, we use electronic instruments so that those who can do very little can still take an important part in music making. And now you're going to see a little bit of David, who uses his head in the sound beam to take centre stage in this music. All over the UK, but we are actually a tiny little organisation in terms of the people who run it. So we were thrilled last week to be awarded a Directory of Social Change award. The Directory of Social Change celebrates organisations who have a positive impact on society, so it's a complete honour for a small charity like Jessie's Fund. But it is a challenge to raise the funds that we need. So why do we do it? Without a shadow of a doubt, we know the positive impact that this can have on children. I have seen it. I'm there enjoying them constantly. We are now planning projects in 20 schools, continuing to train the children, their teachers, to do music with the children, and music service teachers also. Each project costs between £2,500 and £3,000. We are hoping that tonight you can help us reach our goal of 2 schools at least with soundtracks projects. And I'd like to thank you for listening and leave you with the children themselves.
Ha ha ha.